Hi everybody, this is our June tour. Mulched the front beds. They look really nice and clean now. This is the tea garden. Added some wood slices so I could step places. It's really growing nice. That over on the right is actually Queen Anne's lace, so I'm kind of excited to see how big it gets. This now has all the irrigation that it needs. That big bush right there is chicory. Yeah, the same stuff that you see the little blue flowers on the side of the road. That's my massive giant. All this white stuff in the front is sweet alyssum. We've got some Melissa lemon balm. And over here, this is the west bed, where we have a lot of the older growth, comfrey, calendula. This is a showy stone crop in the middle there that turns pink with flowers. It's really pretty. The sage is doing well, the lavender is doing well, and the strawberries are just taking over. It's insane, but it looks pretty. I'm gonna get a little closer view in here. There's thyme and new parsley I stuck in there. And on this side, I pulled out a bunch of weeds and put in some lettuce. Look at that lavender, it's so pretty. I'm gonna do an individual bed tour where I actually identify everything coming up here soon. This is the herb spiral. It's looking a little rough, but I did mulch it. It has grass clippings all through it now, but the elderberry bush is providing some shade for some transplants that I dug up. We've got some mint, 2 different thymes, some Roman chamomile, some oregano, and some golden lemon balm growing in here, plus some kind of random thing I can't figure out. Look how pretty this is. What a great view. The brown raised bed is the one we put in last year, so it's older, and I did a different setup. I put my peppers in here today, and that's a cucumber on the left, sweet banana peppers on the back edge. There's 3 bell peppers, radishes in front of them, and then over here we have all the alliums. Look at the garlic scapes. They're getting big, so that garlic is almost ready to harvest. I threw a little purple alyssum in there, and eventually I added, I think, a basil I think I stuck in there, but I've been putting little random flowers in with the vegetables to help with pollination. The drip irrigation system is installed. I haven't had to use it yet because we've had plenty of rain, but I did test it and it is working. I've got a little bit of like a soaker hose there with the beets. These are the morning glories that I'm going to use to create a privacy wall. My little berry bush that's struggling. I can't seem to get the gray poppies to go, but everything over here is starting to look good. Look at all those pansies and variations of sage. The big green things are jasmine tobacco, actually, and it will give off a wonderful smell in the evening, I'm told. That is a purple sage, which I can't wait to see what that's all about. And we've got some of the hot peppers over here. I tried to keep the hot peppers and the sweet peppers apart from each other. We have some more poppies coming up there, arnica, and some other crazy flower that I just bought at the store seeds for because it looked cool. Kind of looks like a tie-dye daisy. The kale took a pretty hard hit from slug damage, but I got some beer traps put out, and we also have ants, so I have some ant traps put out, and I think they're going to make a recovery. They're actually doing pretty good. A lot of the stuff has been dusted with diatomaceous earth because of the slugs and other insects that keep chewing holes through things, but the bean patch is looking pretty good. I put that fence up by the bush beans so that they wouldn't topple over and suffocate the little lemon cucumber I have planted there. The potatoes are insane. They're actually starting to flower, so we might have a potato harvest before we know it. my wild medicinals over here, the yarrow. I've harvested that a couple times now because it's just going so crazy. I also have a couple transplants tucked away for shade and safety to help them get rooted. And look at that mugwort. I think I've harvested that a few times as well. Over here we have a potted white sage, because if I've learned anything, it's that white sage does not survive in Pennsylvania. Tucked away back here is my little treasure. This looks like overgrown grass, but in fact, it's broom corn. I'm gonna make some brooms out of it. No big surprise there. We have loofahs coming up there, and then we start all of the tomato varieties. I think I mixed up some of the tags, so I think they're marked wrong. I'm gonna wait and see what kind of fruit they put off. I have 3 different basils planted here to help with pest control and obviously for harvesting. I did tuck a few other things in there since this video was made, but I've been editing it. That was my experiment tomato, my neglect tomato, and then I got a little cucumber tucked away right there, and I'm gonna let it stretch out underneath these tomatoes once they get a little bigger. But there's a lot of them. They're coming along pretty well. Spinach is not my friend, and it should not be there. I need to learn not to put it out in such hot weather. That little trench there is full of miner's lettuce seedlings, so we'll see how those come. That's a perennial lettuce that's more wild than anything. These are some more tomatoes, another cucumber right here. I have 2 tomatoes here and another pepper, a regular size jalapeno. And I also have a Tajin, I think it's called, behind me here. And then these are hot wax and hot banana peppers. They're kind of the same thing though. Right here is my little treasure, my ground cherry that I bought because I had no confidence in my ability to start them. I tried starting some indoors and they died, but then I ended up starting a whole bunch. Here's some beautiful scenes from the garden. My first strawberry, the snapdragons came back, California poppy, bachelor buttons, my beautiful coffee mug hanging out with my Nomi. This is a heirloom tomato flower, and these are the things that are still being propagated inside the greenhouse, believe it or not. And a few plants that are left over for my second fairy garden. Also, I am human, and this is what my greenhouse looks like, so don't be discouraged. My beautiful bird bath. This is my sunflower patch. And these are all the free plants that I have sitting outside my front door. My onions have the beautiful little mushrooms, some of my harvest here, my first fairy garden, my borage, my bearded iris, some insect repellents, my flowering sage, and an aerial view of the back garden. How beautiful. Thanks for watching. Until next time.